We'll hear from Mr. Jongin, team leader at Hyousung TNC. And his talk is titled Circular Economy Practices in Korea's Textile Industry. Please join me in giving Mr. Choi a warm round of applause.
안녕하십니까.
Hello everyone, my name is Jongin Choi from Hyousung TNC New Business Team. So I know that I'm going to be the last presenter for today. Thank you for paying attention up till now. I will try to keep my presentation within 20 minutes so that you can enjoy the rest of the session. So first of all, this will be the contents of my presentation. But before that, let me give you one core message to help your understanding. The message that I would like to emphasize is the products developed by Hyousung TNC and the products that we will be developing from Hyousung TNC, along with that, other technologies and so on. And within that process, I think it's very important to protect our ecosystem. So a lot of institutes, a lot of companies, and globally all the stakeholders within this industry, I think it's very important for all of us to collaborate together under this mission. It's not a goal that can be achieved just by us. So let's make sure that we can all collaborate with each other. We are looking for our partner companies to work on this mission. That was our core message that I wanted to emphasize. So let me move on to my contents. So first of all, I'll be introducing about my company, Hyousung TNC, and then give some time to recognize the challenge and move on to the innovative solution developed by Hyousung TNC and how they can be applied or acted in practice. And lastly, the vision for the future, including how we can adopt a full circular textile industry. So Hyousung was established back in 1966. So Hyousung TNC, actually, it spinned off back in 2018. And we have divisions for international trading and division for textile. So the revenue is approximately 7 trillion Korean won. I'll go into details later on. So in Hyousung TNC, we have textile sector and trading sector, as mentioned earlier. So when it comes to textile, we have spandex, nylon, polyester, and fabric. So we are leading the industry. So we also have the fabric and dyeing as well. And under trading sector, we have metal, including the steel and also chemical. So we are trading these products under the trading sector. So the contents from now on is something that you all know about, so I'll try to keep it brief. So the waste, textile waste, most of them are being landfilled or incinerated. So during the period from 2022 to 2024, they are only increasing, never decreasing. So in order to move on to circular economy, I think it's very important to make actions for these industries that have a lot of potential. So the amount of CO2 being generated and a lot of costs being incurred they're very big number. Just wanted to let you know about it. And from now on, I'll be talking about the past history of developing our own products and technology. So back in 2017 or 2018, 2007 and 2008, we started our project to utilize fishing nets and turn them into textiles. So we came up with textiles but had some technological issues and environmental issues. But above all, since we were the leader in the industry, we did not have any ecosystem. How were we supposed to collect the discarded fishing net? How are we going to distribute them? How are we going to market them? What are going to be the natures of those products? How can we utilize those products? We did not have any ecosystem back then, so that is why we had quite a lot of hurdles when it comes to commercializing them. I'm going to talk about the details later on, but it took a very long time for us to fully utilize everything. And we also moved on to mechanical recycling for PET. And we continued with our own research and development, but we also wanted to recycle regen nylon. So we launched them, and starting from 2019, we wanted to recycle regen spandex. And for 2022 and 2021 and 2022, we came back to the project of collecting the discarded fishing nets and try to come up with new textiles. And starting from last year, 2024, with nylon and polyester, we wanted to recycle all those textiles for scraps, CR, and MR. So when it comes to the discarded fishing nets, I'll try to go into a little more detail. So you can see that a turtle has been trapped in fishing nets, struggling, having pain. So when it comes to fishing nets, they were mostly made of PE, PP, nylon. So it was not only net, but also a lot of fishing devices. They were being discarded or thrown away to the ocean, creating quite a lot of environmental problem. So even though we had to collect them at site, we did not know how to treat them. So that is why we mostly ended up neglecting them or incinerating them. That is why we had to store them so that we can utilize them as resources. So based on collaboration with a lot of partner companies, we wanted to make sure to use them as new resources. We went through recycling and then created monomulk. We regenerated them, and then we came up with a product almost to the same quality, equivalent as chemical petroleums. So when we were creating like 300 tons per month, so we found out that we could reduce approximately 1,600 tons of CO2 per month. So next, I would like to talk about polyester. Well, up till now, the case is that we collect abandoned PET bottles, convert them into chips, and then go through spinning process, and then come up with products. So we wanted to collect all those abandoned PET bottles, go through sorting process, grinding, and so on. And with the help from our partnership companies, we try to come up with drying them, melting them, chipping them, spinning them, and come up with products. So next will be about spandex. So we wanted to recycle all the waste that were being created from the process, and we were able to reduce the amount of the CO2 by as much as 66%. And for some products, for bio-based ones, we try to come up with new products. And again, we were able to reduce CO2 by 23%, and the water usage was reduced. We wanted to create quite a lot of technologies for water saving effects. And the specifications and the examples is what I'll be talking about from now on. So regarding the products that I've been talking up till now, from fiber to fabric, moving on to textile, well, I don't think we were sufficient or complete. So in order to promote circular economy, we had to promote textile to textile. So polyester and nylon were the two parts that we wanted to utilize. So we were looking for a lot of partner companies, and we're trying a lot of different things. So feedstock, how we can utilize them, what kind of market effects we can achieve, and what kind of technological benefits we can get. Only when we review all those different aspects, we can fully commercialize our products. So we came up with different new products, and we also validated ourselves that we could commercialize or market them. So when it comes to polyester, well, we can recycle based on the textiles, but with the products of our partner companies, we come up with pilot products and then come up with new spinnings and yarns. We are trying a lot of new things even for now, and for some products, we came up with the products with the brand of Mungsenyu. We also did some exhibition last year to introduce them to new customers. And we also had a new brand, Pleats Mama, where we came up with a lot of products such as hat, shoulder bag, and poodle bags. So those nylon materials were turned into fully commercialized products. And we also came up with a lot of apparels as well. So you can see the specifications, for example, nylon 4034, nylon 4034, nylon 21. So they're not mass-produced yet. However, we have moved on to full commercialization. And with a lot of partnership, we are constantly putting further efforts so that we can further commercialize them. So let me talk about our future plan based on this roadmap. So starting from last year, 2024, we are going to move on one by one. So nylon 100% based on fabric waste. Well, we developed a technology so that we can fully utilize those wastes. We are trying new things on and on. And we are going to look for other partnership companies so that we can fully utilize them. So span or coated nylon or blended nylon can all be regenerated, so that in the future we can go all the way to mass production. That is our goal. When it comes to polyester, for some products, not only mechanical recycling, but also we want to utilize all those different resources so that we can complete circulated recycling. So we are going to move on based on this roadmap. So the message for this slide is that as Co-40 has mentioned earlier, we want to move on or promote circular economy further. So polyester, taking a very big proportion, should be completed with textile to textile or fabric to fabric recycling. So not only development companies, but also research centers should be given support. So only when we come up with a consortium, I think we can fully create an ecosystem. So sorting for the initial resources, pre-treatment, and chemical utilization, recycling. Well, we want to make sure that all those 31 companies, institutes will be involved, and our goal is to make a launch very soon. So my message here is that the recycled technologies have mostly been developed, but that is not going to be enough to do something meaningful sufficiently. So in order to promote circularity, we need to come up with detailed processes. For example, we need to be able to come up with sorting or post-treatment, pre-treatment for the fabrics and yarns so that spandex can be divided into all different materials and later on be recycled. So all the different companies will be collaborating together to come up with the relevant technologies. And when they come up with the textiles, they want to come up with different usages. So this is something that we are working on at this moment. So once everything is completed, such ecosystem should be applied not only in Korea, but also, I believe, can be adopted to overseas as well, especially for the ones where our partnership companies are located. So we are not going to stop. We are going to move on. So those are going to be our future plans, and we will make sure to create such an ecosystem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Choi.
네, 발표 감사합니다. 굉장히 정보도 많고 저희가
A very practical look into how circular economy ideas are being applied within the Korean textile sector. So thank you, Mr. Choi from Hyousung TNC. Once again, maybe we can